You can see in the numbers now, these price wars are really taking a toll.
Yeah, and you see the level of the profitability, especially when you calculate the fourth quarter, is much lower than what you saw in the third quarter. And this is despite record sales. So you can see the big hit that the car company, someone like BYD, is having to take, and at least at the year end, to try and hit its annual sales. So yeah, still very robust, but not as good as what it was expected.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and if these sorts of greater forces are showing up in BYD, they're probably going to show up in the others, aren't they?
Absolutely, and for the others, they have significantly smaller levels of sale, and for those players, they've also been struggling financially, trying to do deals to ensure that they can shore up their balance sheets, raise funds. So BYD is still in a very strong position, and you still contrast that with last week, with how Tesla performed.
Yeah.
It still had very good set of numbers, although not as good as what the market expected, and then no guide into 2024. But for BYD, they've come off many multi-years of growing and investing, and now that's all paying off.
Geopolitical tensions, are we seeing that taking a toll at all right now, or could be something that we need to think about midterm?
It's still something to think about midterm. I mean, the geopolitics is very much an overhang of what they're trying to do at the moment, and particularly as they push into the more international markets such as Europe. Still hasn't stopped them from investing billions into what's going to be in Hungary, where it's going to have its first factory to produce EVs. So there is still potential for them to do really well in 2024, but it's just the unknown of how the EU, with its investigation over subsidies for the Chinese EV makers have had, will fare out.
Right, and if all things considered, should I also be concerned about the suppliers of BYD? And if this is a margin hit and not so much a volume hit, that doesn't seem to suggest I should be worried about suppliers, or am I sort of misled in my head there?
I think the beauty for BYD is because of the way it's grown and the way it's developed over years. The fact that most of what it does is in-house, and particularly the key components.
Okay.
So they shouldn't have too much to worry about. They won't have to put themselves under pressure. They're very efficient, and they will be able to eke out more gains and tug on the levers to ensure that it can still produce what it wants to produce at decent margins and profitability. But it's the others who clearly are much smaller scale will have that challenge over the year to come, as it seems like this price war is almost never ending.
Yeah.